Ladies and gentlemen, Gnome here, server X160, the best in the West, representing Arkham Asylum, best guild out there. Hey, we have a new Guardian release. This is an awesome Guardian. This might be one of my favorites that have been released. I really have enjoyed Eldrasil. I think Eldrasil is incredible. I really enjoy this count as well. So we have an issue here. It looks like it says Duskmourn in count. Duskmourn count. So pretty interesting fella here. I guess the word wrap kicked in. So developers, if any of you watch this, please pay attention to that. Look at this though. It's this woman, almost looks ghostly, attached to this guy, and there's these purple crystals connecting them. Oh man, this is cool. So just so you know, it's a combination between a warrior and an assassin. So you get to choose from those astrolabes with this champion. Look at it. Look how cool that looks. Oh my goodness. So converge the warrior, converge the assassin. And then, sorry, I should have clicked on the information, but it's good we went over that. You need to know what to use there. So look at this guy. I want to just point a few things out. One, I think she's saying no, so that might be really, kind of rough there. Unless they're flirting, I don't know. But it's his legs. She's attached to him, so maybe he made some kind of deal with the devil, and she's attached to him, and so the left wing is hers. Both the wings come out of him, but she has the ethereal, and he has the black raven. His sword looks so cool. Long sword, single-handed, great hilt, like all the energy coming down at the spikes kind of off the base there. Like, this guy looks really cool. Look at his armor. He's got the pauldrons are really cool. He is just and then to have her on top of that, like whoever designed this did a great job. She's kind of got the flowing dress, kind of completely. He's dragging her around, but she controls the left arm, I guess. He has the right. That has a great gauntlet on it too, the spiked black gauntlet. And she's got two blades kind of coming off her shoulder there. Fantastic look. And then not to mention this ball of energy, which you find out is his light and his dark energies. They trigger whenever he's below or above 50% health. So get ready. We're in for a wild ride here. So he's the Duskmourn Count. Newest Guardian. Let me take a little drink of coffee, wet the whistle, and then we'll jump right into the passive. Just what I needed. Alright, so the passive's called the Embodiment of Light and Dark. The light and dark coexist within himself, which I guess it should be themselves. During battle, when he uses an active or ultimate skill, gains a boost from one of these powers based on current constitution until the next skill is used. If current constitution is below 50%, I guess they just needed a trigger. That's kind of a weird way to say it. Basically, if he's below 50% constitution, this will only trigger when he uses an active or ultimate, which he's kind of doing a lot, but just letting you know that's a trigger there. If current constitution is below 50%, he gains the power of light, which is damage taken is reduced by 40%, and he gains 40% lifesteal. So that's if he's below 50%. So he doesn't have those at the very beginning of battle normally. But that lifesteal will help him get above 50%, and otherwise He gains the power of Dark, which is damage dealt is increased by 32%, significant. And strength is increased by 32%, which is also significant, which is also raising his damage. So when he's got the power of Dark, he's rocking it. And he normally starts off battles, like in Arena and whatnot, with the power of Dark. Now, when he uses the Guardian skill, he gains both light and dark passive buffs and evenly shares these buffs with remaining allied champions on the field for 8 seconds. That's awesome. So when he uses his Guardian ability, he gains, from what he has at the beginning, 40% damage reduction and 40% life steal. So he's going to just be, all of his abilities, all of his attacks are going to be just pumping his life bar up. So also, this is the best part. When he uses his Guardian ability, everybody gets the light and the dark buff. So that tells me you're going to want to first increase his Guardian ability and then his passive ability, because this is really solid. These buffs cannot be dispelled. Even better, no zealous dispels. So, woohoo! I like that passive a whole lot. Let's go to the active. I'm going to take a drink of coffee, kind of as a palate cleanser here. Yes. All right. So his active is Guardian Feather. Unfolds wings in place. I think he covers himself with his wings, maybe, to briefly block damage for 2 seconds. So during this time, he becomes immune to control and damage while continuously restoring constitution equal to 740% of his strength. That's a big heal. If his strength is 30,000, or sorry, 30,000, 30 million, that's times 7. So that's going to be 220, 230 million healed, I think, right? Times 7, 30. Yeah, so that's a lot, right? Am I getting that right? You have 30 million, yeah. If your current constitution reaches the limit, so it doesn't matter if you're full health already because you're going to be gaining a shield instead. If you put barrier on them, you get that shield as well. And barrier is about that much. So, oh my goodness, that's nuts. I have barrier on mine, just to let you know. If current constitution, he gains a shield lasting for 6 seconds, which is great because this is the active, so that's going to be going into the Guardian time, into the Guardian abilities, and into the ultimate abilities, so that'll be helpful. Then Alden swings a powerful sword energy forward, dealing 1,050% strength damage to enemies in its path, and applying a 2-second fear that ignores enemy control immunity. So, take in mind when he's doing his 2 seconds where he's blocking damage, if anything busts through control immunity or immunity to control, control immunity, it will knock him out of his active. So that's kind of a bummer, but not that many people do that right now. We can think of those in just a second. One is the passive and active of Queen of Frost. One is him going against another one of him. So you want whoever's active goes off first. So you're going to want control. And don't forget, his 2-second fear is going to trigger Male Water and Sun. It's going to trigger Eldrassil's passive, which is what I'm looking for in my Team 1. And it ignores enemy control. So say the Necrosa gets off first and she's using her active. Well, his fear will knock her out of that hold there, basically. That's powerful. It'll knock Queen of Frost out of a couple things. So really awesome active. I love that. So powerful. So that makes me, you got to have a brutal on him. That's important. You're going to also need probably a barrier, unless you just have them at 120 vigor, a level 850. Maybe then instead of barrier, you can go more of a fierce or an aggressive, more strength. Anything that's got a dark fury. All right, we're moving on to the ultimate. It's called Thunderstrike. Yes. Passively during battle, for each champion unit that dies, he gains a 5.5% strength increase. If you have a male choir, or if you have it's for each champion. It doesn't matter if it's on your team or not. If you have the male Esterier and you're still using him and you're a big fan, you got to pair him up with this guy because every time that champion dies, this dude's going to gain 5.5% strength increase. So that's huge on him because remember we didn't go over the traits, but he's heavily strength dependent. He's got Fury Flame, so he's gaining strength as time goes on. So when taking damage, the strength permanently increases by 7.5. This effect can trigger at most once every 7 seconds up to 5 times. So that's 35 plus 2.5, so that's 37.5% strength increase over time, basically. That's a lot of strength. 5 times 7, yeah, 35, and then 5 times 2, 37.5. Yep. So 37.5. I forgot how much brutal does. Is it 40 or 45%? So it's good to have next to brutal because it's better than aggressive. But that's why also adding an aggressive in here could be powerful. So brutal and aggressive, and then a barrier. If your barrier is really strong, maybe a dark fury, and then you're going to have all the strength boosts after he uses his active, which is awesome because then he's going to go, wait, did we finish this? Oh, sorry. So he's going to get the strength increase from people dying too. So he's probably going to be the last man standing, basically. When actively used, he and she raise the sword together, unleash lightning, and strike forward with 3 rifts. It looks like a fork, basically, similar to the Molten Fire or Molten Winds ultimate. Um, then powerful energy bursts from the rifts, dealing a total of 1,000 strength damage to enemies in the area and preventing their constitution regen for the next 4 seconds. Now, I don't have this leveled up. At level 1, it's like 500 and something percent strength. I don't know if this is AoE. Does each rift do 1,000% strength damage? Which I think they do. And I think it's AoE. So if someone's just right in front of them, there's a potential of someone taking 3,000% strength damage, and they don't get constitution regen, meaning people can start executing, meaning this guy can. This effect cannot be dispelled, and then here comes the guardian ability, the best part of him, the decisive slash. Elena targets the area with the highest concentration of enemies and throws 2 beam swords at 2 random enemy champions in sequence. So, most concentration, she throws the 2 swords that are from her back. Each sword hit deals 800% strength damage and stuns the target for 2 seconds. So, there's some stuns that are going to target Eldrasil, really powerful. So, first, each person, I don't know if it's AoE or not, but it just targets the highest concentration of enemies. You would think it would be the highest strength enemies. And it says that it targets, so that makes me think it's AoE. 2 random enemies in that concentration, and then each hit does 800% strength damage, which isn't a ton. But if it's AoE, then they take 1600% strength damage, and they get stunned. So now Eldrasil's passive hits them as well. Or Meltwater Sun gets passive energy generation. She then leaps to the target area and performs a powerful side sweep, dealing 1200% strength true damage. That's really strong. To enemies within range and permanently reducing their current constitution limit by 8%. So this is throughout the battle. So every time she uses her guardian ability on people that she hits that's within this side sweep, their constitution limit is reduced by 8% of their current. So say they're at 100%. she reduces them to 96%. Now the next time she uses it, or he uses it, it drops them down by 8% of 96%, not of 100%. Do you see how that works? Additionally, when the skill's activated, so right at the beginning, before she even throws the two beam swords, she enters a dominion state, during which her attacks will execute enemies whose current constitution is less than 13 times her strength, which is insane, and whose constitution percentage is below 80%. Now, they have this for shields because male soul keeper, he can execute people at full health even if they have the biggest, most gargantuan shield on, which is awesome for him. This is a little limitation for her, but the nice part is it's much higher threshold. So it's 13 times the strength. So if that's 30 million strength, then it's going to execute at 13 times that. So 390 million. If anyone passes below that, any of her attacks. So that means auto attack, that means any of her skills. So as long as they pass below that threshold, anything she uses at that point is going to execute them. So she doesn't teleport to them. So that's another cool part about Mel Soulkeeper is he teleports to them, but it's also a limitation is that if there's multiple enemies whose current constitution is less than, in our example, 390 million, she's going to execute them all if she throws the beam swords at them. So that's really powerful. This is an awesome champion, the Duskmourn Count. Coffee break. All right. So here's the question we ask ourselves now. How do we get this Guardian ability going as quick as possible? One, you just got to level it up because then you get more resolve. But two, resolve collection. During battle, Elena gains 400 resolve for each instance of damage dealt. So she needs to deal damage. So for instance, when the active is used, the champion, the count huddles down for 2 seconds and then shoots a line, basically, a line attack. If it hits all 5 enemies, then that's going to instantly put, at max level, mind you, it's going to instantly put the champion into the Guardian ability. So if you have, say, this at level, let's just say 15 star or level 16 or 17, I think it's still going to be over 350. So if you hit 3 champions with the active, or you auto attack and then hit 2 champions, it should pop you directly into the Guardian ability, which is super awesome because that means not only a ton of damage, but also quick executions right after the Guardian abilities are used, basically. Or as Eldrasil pops a few people. So, when only one enemy remains on the battlefield, the effect is increased by 50%, so up to 600 for each instance of damage. So that's really cool. And this Guardian skill cannot be interrupted under any circumstances. That's really awesome that it can't be interrupted. That means can't control immunity doesn't it just this can't be interrupted, and it cannot be gained for 9 seconds after it's activated. So that makes me think after it's done, because there's an 8 seconds like effect essentially, like the Dominion state. And don't forget, as soon as the Guardian ability is activated, all your allies get this. They get damage reduction, they get life steal, they get damage increase and strength increase. I'm pretty sure they get all of the above kind of thing. We're going to find that out in the gameplay. But if that's the case, you're going to want to level your Guardian ability up first, then your passive, Then you're active, and that's so that you just get a bigger heal, basically. And then the ultimate. But the ultimate's kind of nice because for each person that dies, you get this strength increase. It deals a ton of damage to knock them down within execute range. And it prevents constitution regeneration, which is, this is my new favorite champion. Not only does he and she, not only do they look great, it's relevant to people's pronouns, so that's helpful, to put it on in a political sense. Just what a cool champion. So I kind of went nuts. I put the champion in my sanctuary. I only have 3 champions in my sanctuary, and those champions happen to be Queen of Frost, Eldrasil, and before I had Mel Soulkeeper, but in a way, this is even better. Oh, check this out. Look at this. Sorry, I had to get a screenshot. Oh, that's cool. How do I see this? That's really cool too. Oh man, that was really cool too. I missed it. There's the lightning from their ult. Oh, that was really cool. I'm happy we got a chance to see that. All right. So there's the event going on. That's why I'm getting this video out for you as soon as possible. So you can make the decision if you want to get this Guardian or not. Again, I'm a huge fan. We're going to do a ton of gameplay today. I got a lot of things lined up for us to see, all the abilities. So I have 30 Vigor. That gives us 26 million strength, 653 million con, 13 million defense or armor, or whatever you want to call it. The traits that I gave him, he comes with Fury Flame. Remember, that's strength over time, basically. A lot of strength, included with Brutal, which we were asking. So it's 45%. And then you get 37.5 from the other one. So that's 82.5% strength increase from those. Fantastic. Add that to a few other things, and this champion uses a lot of strength. So Light of Grace, which is also what Etherean, the Void Guardian has, which reduces the attacker's crit damage by 20% for 4 seconds, up to 3 times when the caster takes damage. So reducing that crit damage. If you want to go more tanky for this champion, since it's a warrior with an assassin, you could put the skeletons on them, which is an interesting trait choice. Skeletons is from, what are these people called? I forgot. Let's look. Crimson. So this is if you have an extra female sitting around, when taking damage, increases crit damage reduction by 8.7 for 4 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. So that's about 35% crit damage reduction, but it's just for that champion. So Light of Grace is way better than this, but if you have an extra one sitting around, you can add that to the crit damage reduction already from the Light of Grace and really make your champion more of a tank. And don't forget, excuse me, when he goes below 50%, he gets lifesteal, or when he uses his guardian ability, up to 40%, which is significant. So the more damage he's doing, the more he's healing himself as well. This champion is awesome. So his astrolabes, I have the warrior astrolabe on him because I really like the warrior one. It reduces damage taken by, in this case, I've leveled it up to level 5, so you can see it's gained an extra slot up here. So here's what we have. I have the white ones in there because if you have the white ones in, it adds to the white, the blue, and the cyan. They all get 10%. I haven't got a chance to maximize yet this, but I do have a blue one that has strength as the main, con percent, and then crit reduction. So this is an awesome, what are these called? This is an awesome shard setup. So sadly, I kind of am going to, since it's warrior, I'm going to need to get the yellows potentially, so then I could get orange and red, because I have a red here, but also I like the purple a lot. So if I want purple, I have to do green and purple. But you want to maximize the percentage you get from these, and you want to level them up. So let's look at my warriors real quick. So we have strength percent here, total damage reduction here, and then just flat strength for that one. For this one, it's level 3. We haven't unlocked the last one here for a level 5, but what we have is a nice strength percent of 1.1, crit reduction, that's awesome. Fortitude, flat is a bummer. Constitution percent's really good. For the blue, we had the crit reduction, con percent, and strength percent, awesome. We have for the red, strength percent, flat strength. This is level 5, so it's 1.5% strength. Fortitude percent, 0.7. Total damage increase, 0.6. That's a really good one, too. Excuse me. And this purple one is strength percent, con percent, total damage increase. It's a percent. This is a really, really good setup for my warrior. So I'm extra happy that the Count has warrior as part of the astrolabe choices. So let's look at my total setup here. 170,000 strength, 59,000 fortitude, total damage increase 1.2%, awesome. Total damage reduction 0.6%, constitution percent 2.2, strength percent 5.3, and then you add that to the 5.7 here, that's 11% strength increase. That's super significant. What a nice boost for my warriors. Crit reduction 1.8%, fortitude 0.7%. This is, and I haven't even maximized it yet. I need to do that. And what I'll do is I will level it up some and hopefully get the strength up to about 15% with that. And so that's, again, significant with all the strength that this guy builds. Let's get back to the one I have, 30 vigor, which isn't very much. I didn't have any to put on him. Here's the weapons I have. I mostly have Overlord, so he gets the tenacity from the sword. He's got all level 8 strength runes. And there's no guardian boost, sadly, the 30% extra. He's got a nice strength percent boost here, 12.5, flat strength 300,000, crit rate, which is nice for him, even though I don't really focus on that. But let's talk about that. With that, he's got super high strength already. For one of his traits, you could potentially put sharp strikes if you have that max. You could put excuse me. You could put Shura's avatar, because after he uses his active, he goes 2 seconds and then he shoots the attack off, which does a lot of damage. And then when he uses his ultimate, that's a ton of damage as well. Could be followed up by his guardian as well. You could put Plume Dance if you want that quick damage right off the bat. But really, I feel because his execute is based off of strength, you kind of want to do as many strength traits as you. I really needed a hulking for my team one, so I did put hulking on his list of traits here. And it adds strength. If you'll recall, they start with 5. All your allies start with 5%, which is nice. After that, after the first 10 seconds, they start getting 2.5% every 2 seconds up to 30%. So, and he lasts a long time, so hulking I feel does well on him. I have barrier because I need more survivability, but I do have him in my sanctuary, so he's at level 801. For the armor, he's got the Orc armor, which is for the blood crafts. He's got all level 8 runes here. That adds some more tenacity as well, some hit, which is very helpful. You want his executes or his attacks to land so that, like, I don't have the right gems on him. I'll be taking off these ones and adding hit gems to the guy. In fact, I might give him all my best guardian gear. And if I do, you're going to see some awesome stuff happening. And with that, I might be able to remove Queen of Frost from my team 1 and add her to my team 2, because I feel that she does really well at getting people within range for Male Soulkeeper to execute as well. So that could be a good synergy. Um, so that man, so I have his Guardian ability at level 10. That's all I can afford right now. All my champions are in the sanctuary, and you can't reset them if they're in your sanctuary, which I'm sure you've been able to find out. So the goal here is to probably reset them all at a downtime, reset everybody in the sanctuary. Then I can reset people's skills and distribute them better, because I want him to have maximum guardian skill as soon as possible. It's so good. So not only does it do a ton of true damage, it does extra damage. It stuns. It has a movement effect. She leaps to the area. It reduces max con or current max con. Sorry, and it. She just they need to just do damage, and then you got the execute. This is an insane guardian ability. So you'll see how strong it is, and mine is not even near close to what it could be. So after that, you're going to want to level up the passive. Mine currently is at level 4. I really want to get that up higher. So at level 4, remember, it gives damage reduction and life steal when you're below 50%, basically. And when you use your Guardian ability, which we're trying to do really quickly, it also gives it to all your teammates and gives you the life steal. It gives you life steal even if you're over 50%, if your Guardian ability is going. And it gives you more damage reduction, so you don't really need those dodge runes, I don't think. You could sacrifice those for hit. Maybe 2 or 1 hit rune, a really strong hit rune would be good. Then you can load up on strength runes. And so that'll just make your execute even better. So these are all tips and tricks you get if you listen to old Gnome Bone here. So this is really good stuff. I've been tweaking my teams and stuff as I kind of figure this stuff out. So I share it with you because you enjoy watching my videos. So I'm going to give you these little tips and tricks to make your gameplay the absolute best. And like I said, this guy, if you maximize him, he has the potential to be amazing. So yeah, I would go Guardian ability, then his passive. Arguably, if you don't need the heal from his active, it's already going to do a 2-second fear. Doesn't scale with anything. I would argue going ultimate, because as people die, you get more and more strength. So I have changed this. I was telling people wrong. I would probably, if you have a really strong team to support him, and he's already so tanky and awesome, and his active even makes him more so, I would go Guardian, passive for that buff for your whole team and for him. And then ultimate, dun dun dun, this is the big shake-up, the big change. And then the last one I would do active. And again, this is where it kind of tricks you, because the strength damage goes all the way up to over 1,000 strength damage in a line, which is potentially a ton. And it restores up to a bunch of strength. So it's trying to trick you in here to spend your skill points. If you can't just max them all, like that's my situation, then I would get this because that's strength boost. So imagine killing, for each champion that dies, imagine even with where I'm at, 3 of the champions die, 1 of yours 2 enemies, and that's 10% extra strength increase. That's more execute range. That's more damage dealt. So that I think is kind of more important than the active. So again, information you're getting here. Oh, his other astrolabe, by the way, is assassin potentially. And assassin's really good if you're building him with a crit build. And we kind of talked about sharp strikes. We talked about Shura's avatar. We talked about plume dance. And what that does is it adds crit rate and crit damage, stacking up to 4 times every 10 seconds. So it's crit rate and crit damage over time. And you can really load it up. Mine's pretty awesome. 4.3% strength. Damage increase there's nice. Block is nice. Flat strength a little bit. Crit rate is really important again there to add to the rest. So you can really have some fun with this with an assassin build that really builds off crit rate. But I only use male soul keeper really for the assassins other than this guy now. Necrosa, I think I use the assassin astrolabe. Sorry, astrolabe is how you say it. So, but I'm going to swap them back over because, again, my warrior is really my favorite one. And then probably tank behind there. But just so y'all know, and I just found this out recently, as you get to level 5, it adds another slot. So as you get to, I imagine, level 10, which is going to be more of these scrolls, I just unlocked this. So that's why I haven't adjusted it yet. Sorry, I got the light straight on my eyes like it's beaming off of a car windshield. So, woo, I have the power. I am seen into the future. Again, awesome. Duskmourn count. This guy is so cool. So you see mine. You'll see my team setup here. First, let's do the things I've been saving that I just need to get out of the way. And the first of that is the expedition. It's going to do this worthless thing. Please, developers, take that out. It wastes a lot of time. So we go in here. Let's look how quick this guy can mutilate this expedition boss. If I have it on time two times, I'll turn it off real quick or try to. I don't. So he had one attack. Oh no, he goes straight into his active. There's the fear. Did a ton of damage, and then did he go? Nope. He didn't use his guardian ability or his active because his only thing of damage was the attack. So he got about 300 something resolve. And I think it just goes up to 1,000 if I'm correct. So I didn't do any of the dungeon descent, but I have a few other event things that's more PvE that you could see. Sorry, I don't know why that's taking a second. Um, we have, I didn't save the Spire either, but we have this overdue death, little PvE here. We'll see if we can prevent him from destroying the enemy in just one active fell swoop. So we'll put him right here, hoping that he doesn't hit the whole enemy team. Wow, this light makes me look like I have a whole gray beard. It is getting gray, but okay, so he goes in. He actually gets an auto attack, and then he gets interrupted, but he's used it. Oh, wow, that was the Guardian ability. And then he went, wow, that was awesome. Man, this guy's really cool. So let's skip that. So we'll give it another go for the one night in a box. One night in a box. There's the story. And maybe if some of y'all want a little bit of lore, okay, so he does get an auto attack off before he goes into his active, it seems. Wow. The Guardian ability, you could see his swipe that he does. And remember, everybody within that, their health cap is dropped by 8% at the maximum. At mine, I think it's probably like 5 or 6%. So, but that's pretty cool. Um, Wow, that's really neat. I don't think we'll be able to see the ultimate with this. And remember, she throws two swords too to the densest area of enemies. So there's the two swords, there's the area, and then the swipe. Oh wow. And then there's the active, goes down into a defensive position to heal. And oh man, what a cool champ. I really like this Guardian. So we're not going to go through the lore. So, okay, he gets stunned. That's good. He didn't get to use his active. There go the blades. They got thrown into the densest area. And then he does his swipe. He kind of does the swipe at the same time. It's a really quick animation, which I like. I think they improved that. Someone on the forums was saying that he was going slow, but that Guardian ability looks really quick. And remember, his execute kicks in as soon as he goes into that. So let's see if they stun him again. There's his active. Let's see. Okay, he does the fear. Some people survive. This is good. Now watch for the execute bar. Oh, there was the ultimate. So it has the mark on her. I forgot what that mark does, but it did do the three prongs. Oh, the mark means she can't regenerate constitution. She can't be healed. That is really cool. And then she was right there, so she got hit by all three of those. So about 1,500% strength damage or so. It's what it should have hit her with. But I think she had her passive, her nine tails up, so it didn't really affect her. Okay, here's the active. He's going to fear people right there. Now here's the ult. You see the bar, similar to Male Soulkeeper that was there. And he did the slash. She didn't get affected by it. There's the ultimate. She blocked it. There's the no heal. She can't heal. Oh, look. She just used her ultimate. Perfect example. Her ultimate heals herself. She didn't get a heal because his ultimate debuff was on her. And that lasts for 4 seconds. So that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. That's a great way to see the ability. And there's a preview I realized that Goat Games put in here. I want to show it to you all as well. So here goes the active. He just feared and destroyed a couple people. He threw the blades down and did the swipe away. Here comes the ultimate now. The fork. She's got the debuff. She tries to heal herself again. It doesn't work. And then he follows up with another active. So he is using the active a lot. Dark Fury would go really well. Up that strength even more. So if he follows up with a Guardian ability, perhaps, then he has 9-second delay with that Guardian ability. So don't forget that. He can crit well with the active, so he just did it. I love going against the female hoe. It's a great example here. He threw the blades down in the densest area, or she did. He comes down with the ultimate, debuff. She tries to heal herself, can't. He charges up with the active, immune to anything, which it doesn't matter because she kind of just doesn't do any damage to him. But it's good it doesn't charge up like male lascivious deaths because that relies on him taking damage. And in this case, female hoe wouldn't do any damage during that time he was charging up. I mean, so we come in, charge up. There's that active that goes off. Oh, look, you can see that they're within execute range. And if they take any of his attacks while they're in execute range, after he uses his Guardian ability, they are executed. So, and don't forget, we need to look at the buff above his head. He starts off with this black orb. See that? I'll point it out. See it? So he gets more damage dealt. And oh, look at the assassination. And that's perfect because he did another Guardian ability and came right in there. Oh, wow. That was cool. This guy is so awesome. All right. So I got those shards, which is really nice. I don't think you'll need that anymore. We'll go into some PvP. But let me show you what they have here. So if you go to show champions, look at this. It shows the wording. You could scroll down. It shows their so in the middle here, show champions. I just figured this out today. So first they have um, you could just go right down it. So this is the light and the dark. So now see he's got the white above his head there. You could see that's the life steal and the damage reduction. Here's his active. He charges up for 2 seconds. He's defensive and then fears everybody in a line. Here's his ultimate. He comes down, does the 3-prong, and then see everybody with the debuff above their head too. That means they can't get the Constitution recovery. Here's the swords and everything. Oh, it's kind of lagging for just a second. Oh, did I mess this up? Okay, you can see the little light swords she threw down right there. It's really quick, so watch. Oh, here we go. So the 2 little swords go down. Oh, they just attacked 2 people in that densest area. So I don't think it's AoE. Anyhow, let's go do some battling. That's really cool. I'm happy that y'all did that, but it's not very intuitive to click that button to be able to see that. So, let's go in the Guardian Arena. We can do some fights here. I kind of got my team pretty, I like just how I like it. So first, we're at about, what is that? 1,268,000,000. So first we'll punch down, just see if we can see anything, what goes on. So here's the funny thing. I'm using my champion, not the 20-star ascended champion, because they raise everybody's vigor up, and the ascension doesn't make a huge difference. I'd rather have my traits on it. So let's watch this fight real quick. And I'm just gonna leave my setup kind of as it is. Actually, I'll change it up a little bit too. So let's watch this. Hopefully I don't have it on ×2 speed. It's not. So it's a big jumble. You can already see the execute health bars go up. Okay, that was ridiculous. I'm sorry you had to witness that. Let's look at stats. Look at this guy. He's right behind Queen of Frost, and Queen of Frost has my best Guardian gear. My Eldrasil is always going to be the best. But here's another tip for y'all for watching my videos. You want the enemy's Queen of Frost to attack your Queen of Frost, not your Eldrasil. She's really good at destroying Eldrasil, especially if he's using his Guardian ability quickly. If it's leveled up, then she'll stop him in the middle of that. So you want your Queen of Frost having the highest strength on your team, basically, or in some way getting the highest strength at the beginning of battle. So mine has the highest strength. And so, I mean, I wouldn't mind putting it on him as well to take the brunt of that. So my Queen of Frost is free to just attack the enemy. Same with my Eldrasil. So that might be a potential if I can get him ascended up. He's only, or sorry, if I can get him leveled up, or vigored up. He's only at 30 vigor, but he has the potential to do a lot of damage. But his main thing is just the assassination with his Guardian ability, which is really quick. So, fantastic battle. That's kind of what we're expecting with most. Um, let's try Altered Beast. And we're going to change the group around a little bit here. Excuse me. Yawning. Alright, let's put the Void Guardian protecting the Queen of Frost and protecting the Eldrasil, because I feel like this The new count has a lot of survivability, hence why I put the hulking on him. As soon as he uses his guardian ability. So let's try it like this, with the Ask of Arch being in the middle, and the Void Guardian being on the bottom, with our back being protected by our Void Guardian, with them taking half. So with that too, let's kind of do something more like that. All right. All the Ask of Arches make it chaotic. Where's did the use? Did okay? He's using his guardian ability. Did you see? He was like one of the first people to use it. And then there's the execution. So as long as he attacks that person, they're gonna get executed. So look, they're within execute range. Oh, his 8 seconds went off though. That's the problem. If someone falls within range, he doesn't teleport to him like the male Soul Keeper does. He has to hit him with an ability. So that makes it a little limiting. Y'all want to see a little punch up? Here's Captain Jack Sparrow, like a 300 million punch up. That should be significant. Got a Revenant Nexus in here. No Ascavard, so I think that's going to give me a nice little advantage in this battle, at least with the compositions. So that taunt is going to hopefully hit the whole enemy team. We got the Guardian abilities are all going off really quickly. Oh, wow. And remember, Eldrassil's Guardian ability, or it's either the Guardian ability or it's the Guardian ability. It goes off quicker the more your Guardian team uses their Guardian abilities. I believe that's the case. So we got a big W for that. Let's try Big Bad Daddy. This is, let's just call this an even fight here. He's using the new Guardian, but again, no male Ascavarge, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So here we go, right down the middle. Everybody goes in there. Queen of Frost. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was so insane. Like, wow. And remember, this is mine. This is mine. Um, Eldrassil, of course, doing the most with the active. The active, it's what's really. I I would be half inclined to put Ashura's avatar on my Eldrassil, but I do not have that right now. I would be half inclined because that active is just so powerful. And then look at this, almost tied with Queen of Frost. Would be over Queen of Frost if I had all the Guardian gear on him. In fact, I might transfer it just so that Queen of Frost in that team, all she needs to do is not necessarily be damaged, but just be a utility. So let's try Bella here. Bella's got a really good team with an Ascavarge, is not using the new Guardian. So let's see what we can do to her here. All right, Bella, put your dukes up. The Count is using the active here. Just did not fear the Void Guardian due to the 5 seconds immune to control, but it should have cut through that really. This is a longer fight. We got my Ascavarge. If he doesn't use his ultimate, he's going to die. Oh, he used it. Good. My Queen of Frost went down. My Void Guardian just went down. We have the ability. Oh, look at this. My count was one of the last two people standing. So let's look for Bella again. I'm going to change the positioning of the team, and that should show you a whole lot, actually. So let's try Big Bad Daddy here. Again, very even match. I feel my Ascavarge gives a huge advantage. But what we're looking for is the active. So we go in there. He goes. He attacks once. He uses his active. His barrier's triggered, so he has a huge shield. So I might be tempted if I have an extra Dark Fury to put it on him because I don't know if I necessarily need that shield on him because maybe just more strength is the way to go. All right, so here's Asylum's Mad Dog on my server. Major shout out to Shafaniker. Awesome team, by the way. Doesn't even use the new Guardian. But kind of what we want to look at here is instead of the Queen of Frost taking the male Asgavard straight on, we want the Void Guardian, and then maybe the Eldrasil will be back far enough. So the Necrosa has high potential to grab my Eldrasil, rendering him pretty useless. So there we go. There we go. Queen of Frost using her Guardian ability, triggering the Eldrasil's Guardian ability, and then finally we had the counts. Let's look. I can't really see much. My Void Guardian is soaking up a ton of damage. Oh, we got that execute in range. Oh, yes. Oh, but my count took the plunge, so we don't even have. Oh, now they're. Oh, so Asylum's Mad Dogs has an incredible Queen of Frost, just like ascended, leveled, vigored, and so boom, didn't matter though, got splattered. So I think I'm getting attacked because I went down to rank 22, unless I lost that much. Let's do Captain Jack Sparrow battle again. I'm going to change my lineup a little bit more. I want to give a shout out to Tesseract. Awesome, came up with an awesome positioning that I really enjoy. And the reasoning is it limits the control on all of your team except one of your backliners. And that's really helpful against Eldrasils. So it's a great counter. Again, here's another big tip to y'all. Like, look at that. A great positioning. And we want to find Bella again because we're going to fight her with this positioning and see how we can do. So let's look. Oh, Morgrave getting spicy. Let's check. Let's see. Let's see some of these Morgrave fights. Morgrave's on my server. Morgrave is a spicy little meatball. I think Morgrave is Canadian. So, yeah, I love him even more for it. But here, let's check out this. First, we'll look at the win against them because we can play replays here. And then we'll go, and then we change the positioning. So this was the positioning that we're about to engage right now. So see all the executes there? And I don't know if anybody was actually executed while they were low, but here's another chance. Yep, there was the execution. And then all the damage. Man, I love my team one right now. My team one is the best I've ever had it, best I've ever seen it. So let's give Morgrave some props on these wins here and show respectfully the replay. This is when I had Mel Ascavarge in the middle of my team. So just boom. Oh, whoa. Wait. Did I? Oh, he's using the count. Oh, and he won using the count. Let's see that again, ladies and gentlemen. Hmm. Really? I think it was just the Ascavarge positioning in this case. As I was telling you that little Tesseract secret that Tesseract taught me about, I'll kind of I'll show you this beautiful positioning. Again, major shout out to Tesseract. That guy figured it out, and I fought him, and I fought him, and I fought him, and I was like so frustrated. And then I found out why. So here's a good battle. 5 Guardians. We got an Ignorath in this one. Let's see how we do. Shout out to Wishmaster in this battle. Boom! Boom! The murder and slaughter. Nobody can get out of it. Oh, yeah. How many people are going to mimic this team, huh? How many people are going to mimic this? This is nice. All right, here's our true test. We're going against Bella again. We have the appropriate lineup. We're against an Ascavarge, which is our kind of biggest nightmare at this point. That's all the other teams have been easy. So, okay, we have Mel Ascavarge did his duty, and then I think he had a couple dodges, and then he went down. We have the count. Are we gonna get any executes here? Queen of Frost went down. Eldrasil went down. We have the count still alive. Can you do a 4v1? Nope, not at all. Darn. Okay, Bella's still rocking us. So we have one more option to fight Bella with that I want to try. Now we're gonna do some big punch ups. We're gonna do a Grawl punch up, which his Hydron. Oh, Grawl is arguably him and Steph are the strongest players on X160, and this dude is really good with his teams. So let's give this a shot. And I'm not gonna explain. We're just going to focus on the count right now for this battle. All right, so Grawl's really tough. So we go in. Let's see if we have anybody go down quick. My Void Guardian went down because he was soaking up too much damage from my back row. I couldn't even stand my ground there. Wow, my ranking changed so much from that loss. Let's try Sebelosu, who destroyed me last time we battled, but we're gonna give it a different shot this time. So here we go. Very even match. He has a little bit of advantage. I think has a way big sprite advantage on me, which we'll look at after this. So we go in. I don't lose anybody in the initial deal. We get the actives that are going off. Void Guardian uses his Guardian. Queen of Frost uses her Guardian. We really need the Count to use his. But we had full control of this battle. He didn't even lose a single person, so the Count didn't get any strength from his ultimate. Let's look at the damage here. Uh, Count had 0. Did he die, or was he just crowd controlled the whole time? Probably crowd controlled. No, with fear, yeah, stuns, all kinds of stuff. My Eldrasil really put out the damage. But remember, my Count still survived, which is the important thing here. So we're against Bella again. We have a different lineup. We swapped the P1, P3, the P4, P5. So we're going to give this a shot now. See if we have any more luck on this. Okay, here we go. Bella's got a strong team. All right, so my Count almost goes down, but uses his active, so he's able to just hold on a little bit longer while getting a barrier shield. Void Guardian struggling to stay alive. It looks like my male Ascavarge is... Oh, he used his ult, so he's able to stay alive a little longer, maybe enough to use another active. And then my team just starts dropping like bricks. Oh my goodness. Go, Eldrasil! Just not enough. Not enough. Oh, I got destroyed. So let's look what's going on here. We have relatively same stuff, but look at this sprite difference here. Oh yeah. Lucky. What is that? 14-star Lucky. Crazy. 13-star Bulko. We're both even on that. But look, I just unlocked mine, so I'm just working on that last aspect or whatever. And look at that. So that's an extra one right there. And then Awakened Tom, he's got an extra Ascension on me. So there's a big difference here. Now, I think I might have a little Celestial Bonds advantage, but not as much as those sprites make. Not as big as the advantages the sprites. But I do definitely have a Celestial Bonds advantage. Big time. But it shows you sprites are the most important thing in this game. So if you have the sprite advantage, it doesn't matter what your power or might your power says or whatever. It's all about the sprites in comparison to your opponent. So Grawl took us out earlier. Who's this? Cyril? We'll give this a shot. And that's how we're going to do it, but I'm going to actually try this. We'll put him more in the middle. So maybe his abilities will hit more people to get more executes. So everybody goes in. Queen of Frost is controlling the battle. The Count is just not even at the Guardian ability yet. If the Count gets crowd controlled, his Guardian ability really is delayed. He's got to be able to do damage. And with that, as long as you can prevent him from getting crowd controlled or reduce the crowd control with Male Arbiter, then you're going to have an advantage. Who's this Jazzy? All right. We got 2 counts going against each other. I feel like I have the advantage with Eldrasil and Male Ascavarge. Let's see. And by the way, my Male Ascavarge is only like 71 vigor. We're in a marriage challenge currently, and I'm waiting, just waiting. Well, right after this, I'm going to just boost my vigor for somebody. Probably the Count. I need to get him up to make him viable on the team, to hold his weight, basically. So there's that. We can also do the raid challenge with that if you want to see that. But I figure let's do some regular arena. And with this, let's just put him in. Let's see what he can do. Maybe give him a protector. Maybe give him some Void Guardian action. And put him against some very difficult teams. So Cluedo is awesome. Major props to Cluedo. And here's what we're doing. Also, now the Void Guardian's going to in fact, we don't even need the Void Guardian to soak up any of his damage, because we just want the Void Guardian to provide some shields. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cluedo has the advantage, and Cluedo has an amazing team, so I could lose this if I'm controlled. So we had the active go off. You saw all the dodges and the immunes. Oh wow, we're getting bombarded by damage, but both of my champions are holding up with shields essentially right now. So, okay, here's the Guardian skill. Look for any executes right now. What? Did we just have some happen? Whoa! If he turns around, he'll execute Eldrasil, but okay, there goes. Oh, the ultimate just sniped Eldrasil. And remember, he's gained strength. Now the enemies have died. How many people are dead? It's at 7 out of 10. 7 people, or 3 out of 10, 7 people died. So 7 times 3 is about 21% strength increase. And now we're having some issues with Farouk here. And boom. Let's look at this damage here. Wow. I mean, I honestly expected him to do more damage, but I don't think when he executes, it's counted as damage. Cluedo, a great team, but I'm telling you, this Guardian is nutso. So there's Asylum's Mad Dogs and more Graves. So let's attack with the full might, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we try them out? Let's put them in the middle this time to see if that's a better positioning or not. So let's get the Ascavarge like that. All right. You ready for a battle? Let's go. Good luck, Grave. You're my favorite. All right, here we go. We go in. My Void Guardian soaks up a ton of damage from the Ascavarge. I might put skeletons on Male Ascavarge. Then Male Elders or Void Guardian would essentially take less damage in theory. So my count already went kaput. So maybe I need to put him in the P1 position to be able to survive a little longer, but it looks like, oh, this is coming down to the wire. Oh, the Eldrasil with the active. It's so strong. Good job, Morgrave. Let's look at stats here. Queen of Frost did great, equaled Eldrasils. Yeah, those Eldrasil damage. That's what I'm talking about. All right, good job, Grave. So let's look for an Asylum's Mad Dog. Or actually, let's try Morgrave now. Let's try a Morgrave now. Let's try him again, but with the Queen of Frost changed with the positioning of the count. So here we go. Let's see if that'll help survivability a little bit. All right. So my Void Guardian and my Ascavarge went down hard. That means my Ascavarge took way too much damage. My Count's still alive. Let's see if he executes anybody here. I think he just executed the Void Guardian. And he just executed Eldrasil. Oh, yeah. Look at this guy go. So he is a fight finisher, by the way. He has nice survivability. Oh, did I just speak too soon? Okay, look. Uh-oh, 2v1. I spoke too soon. All right, use your active quick. All right, he just did. And, oh, he took way too much damage. Good job, Morgrave. So, yeah, maybe we'll transfer him back. And if he has the best Guardian gear, then I think he will become stronger. So, here we go. We're going to try this, in fact. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to go to my Queen of Frost. I'm going to drop her equipment. Arguably my best equipment. And I'm going to put it on the count. We're not going to mess around here. We're going to see what really happens. He did not take what he was supposed to take for that. Okay, there we go. Because that's got a hit rune in it. And I want this guy to be able to hit. Alright, let's look. It pumped him up on things. Let's give her his equipment. So she's still in the game. 31 million. I think she's under Eldrasil. So this is gonna change some things. And then let's look at his total strength. He's only at 28. Yeah, they're gonna go for Eldrasil. So just know that that's gonna happen. So if my Eldrasil could stay alive with the Void Guardian essentially, then we'll be okay. But we changed up some items. I know Morgrave is probably attacking me. He's such a coward. He's going to attack me while I'm trying to put my clothes on. Come on, Grave. Alright, here's Asylum's Mad Dog. Let's give the Mad Dog a shot first. And with that, let's put the count smack dab in the middle. And, alright, let's try this. I think Mad Dog has such a strong Queen of Frost. She's going to go for my Eldrasil. And then she's going to kill my Eldrasil. I think that's going to be the situation here. So watch for it. My Queen of Frost is actually really hurting. But she's using her Guardian ability, I think, so she's getting a big shield. She's also got Barrier. Okay, there goes my Count using his ultimate. And his Guardian ability is ready. He can assassinate Necrosa, which I think he just did. My team is so low, though. We just got bombed. I think it was with an Eldrasil active. My Void Guardian's staying alive, though. My Ascavarge even trying to get his ult off so he can outlive some of this damage. Ooh. My Void Guardian's down, and that allowed my back row to finally take the damage to die. So my Queen of Frost, oh, it's a 2v2. This is awesome. Uh-oh, their Eldrasil is just doing all this damage. Queen of Frost is using her Guardian ability, or no, her active, so she just got her barrier. My Count is trying, he can execute. Oh, he gets the execute off, but he died too. And then my Queen of, oh, that was one of the best battles I've seen in a long time. My prediction on Eldrasil was correct. Definitely. I want to see another one of those. That was so cool. That was so cool. Man. Maybe we'll try something like this now, actually. Just change things up. My Revenant Nexus has like 105 vigor. She takes advantage of the fear. The enemy's fear, and then okay, oh man, who's that getting just destroyed in the back row? My Revenant attracted the Queen of Frost from the enemy, but she was able to live through it with her heal. Oh, I spoke too soon. She just got destroyed. My whole team did. That might be the Necros Guardian ability might have done that, but here we go. My Melaskavarj. I thought he was going to take out the Void Guardian, but he didn't. Good try, everybody. Revenant Nexus just didn't have what it takes. The same as the Queen of Frost. And doesn't have any skills leveled up, so that makes a big difference. But I was hoping that just through synergies we could make up for that. Let's try again. Let's give it another shot, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? And she got the ire. I'm really debating something like this time. All right, let's go for it. So the Queen of Frost is going to go to the Revenant, I think. I think she's just got so much. Okay, which is bad because that's going to hit my Eldrasil and my Revenant. Oh, whoa, Revenant somehow lived there. And we didn't get the execute on the Melaskavarj yet. So close. Revenant's down. Eldrasil's down. Count's still going, but it's not going to... Oh! Count can execute the Askavarj, I think. It's tough. The colors... Okay, no, I guess he's got a little bit of... Yep, couldn't do anything. Darn. Okay, well, we're learning here. Alright, here's Grave, so let's fight more Grave a little bit. Let's put Queen of Frost back in. I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to go like that. I know this seems kind of crazy. Alright. So my objective is... Oh, whoa, ow, ow. My Count almost died there, but we had a good recovery. Askavarj went in. Queen of Frost is full health right now, and she's just free to run. My Eldrasil and my Count are just getting demolished here. Eldrasil was able to heal a little bit from the passive. Enemy still got... Okay, my Queen of Frost is just wrecking their back line right there. That was awesome. Count went down. We didn't get to see any... Executes are kind of hard to see. There's no, like, skull over their head, kind of like Male Soulkeeper has. Here's Shafaniker again. Alright, so what do we want to do? Queen of Frost is going to go for Eldrasil. So let's put in the back row. And then let's do something like this. Alright. I just want my Count to survive a little bit longer to be able to really shine. Alright, Queen of Frost survived in their back row against the Eldrasil, which is... Oh no, we have someone really low back here. Who is that? Oh, my Eldrasil was able to pop back up because the fear And the crowd control, which, oh, count went down quick. Oh, that was that Eldrasil, just popped him. Ow. Maybe I need more defensive. Or having the count in the back line, too, could potentially work. Instead of Eldrasil. Or instead of the Askavarj, we could potentially do that. Let's try that out. Let's try another positioning. Come on, Queen of Frost. Can you take out in a 2v1? You're against a really beefed up Necrosa and beefed up Queen of... Oh, not enough. Good job, Shafaniker. Let's look at the stats again. Queen of Frost. Count didn't really do much. Look at that Queen of Frost damage on the enemy team. Wow. It pays to really beef her up, but I use mine more like a utility, I would say. Do y'all think I should give Grawl a shot here? Just to see if we have a chance? With that being said, let's do it more like this. My Eldrasil's going to get attacked. And you don't want her to go across... Okay, I think something like that might work. Or actually, let's leave the Eldrasil back here. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this does. So they go in. There's the Eldrasil active. It's doing its work. Eldrasil Guardian ability just goes off. Oh man, my male Askavarj is having a hard time staying alive there. Oh no, enemy got my team down. You could see there was one in that execute range, which was the Void Guardian. Oh, got demolished there. Just I can't even compete with that. Alright, here's Morgrave again. Let's fight him. Alright, so this time Queen of Frost is going to come back here. Maybe, I think I like this setup. Let's give it a shot. So with the count being in the back row, he's going to also deal more damage from Bone Blade, which is a trait that Eldrasil has. Oh man, my Eldrasil went down fast, causing my Void Guardian a lot of pain. The count is still up, only because of the Void Guardian. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, he's having a hard time. That Eldrasil is just demolishing my team. Alright, and that's a big L. Alright, we're going to try something else there. Let's try something like this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the best chance we're going to have. Assuming our Eldrasil doesn't get insta-fragged, which happened last match. And look, Queen of Frost, yep, Queen of Frost on him. And look, it even took out Void Guardian. It was so intense, like the damage. He couldn't soak all that damage up. Man, that's rough. How can we do this? Because I really want the Eldrasil in the back row, but I don't think that that's going to be feasible. Let's look. So I'm really thinking here, if I want Queen of Frost in the back row, or if I want the count in the back row. I think I'm going to do the count in the back row here. Let's try this. So he's going to attack male Ascavarge, which, if at the right angle, could be good for his active. Oh, nope, horrible for his active. He's got to shoot his active backwards, which feared the male Ascavarge. And the team's holding up so far. That's it. There goes the Eldrasil. Maybe using Eldrasil as bait might be a really good tactic. And just kind of really... let's look. One second. Sorry you didn't get to see the last of that battle. I had a customer come in and I needed to take care of them. But hey, let's look at the stats real quick. It was a victory. I didn't even get to see the battle. In fact, let's do a quick little replay so we can kind of see. And this is one of the strongest players on X130. Wow, just flashing and lights all over the place. Well, I don't know if count. I wish there was an easier way to see the execute. Again, the male Soulkeeper will have a skull above the head, and with this, they just die, and you're like, okay, well, was it from damage or was it from the execute? What was it? So look, the whole team almost stayed alive. Looks like my Void Guardian might go down. Yep. But at that exact time, the enemy went down too. So maybe we can keep trying this lineup for a second. Here's Moorgrave. Let's give him another fight. So we have the count in the back row. Eldrasil is more bait. So I would rather have Queen of Frost be the bait. That just allows Eldrasil to do well in the background. But let's try the same lineup against Moorgrave that we used on Asylum's Mad Dogs. So here we go. Alright, does anybody get destroyed from the first onslaught? No, but my Void Guardian just now did. My Queen of Frost is not surviving. My count went down. Everybody got demolished. So I know that lineup might do well against Asylum's Mad Dogs, but it literally did nothing for me against Moorgrave. But let's try a different one now. We are using Eldrasil as the bait, but let's kind of do it more like this. There we go. Let's see how this does. We're going to get him some point. We'll get him. Alright, the Count was able to get the barrier off. Queen of Frost was able to keep her health up enough. See, the Eldrasil went down so fast. Alright, there's the execute, but is anybody within execute range? The Void Guardian was almost, then he got healed back up. Okay, so you don't even see the bar if they're over 80%. Oh, the Eldrasil was so close to going down. Alright, come on, there we go. There's the Guardian ability. Nice! He ulted and was able to... Oh, and then there's the double execute. Oh, yeah. That was great. So, but you'll notice the Eldrasil went down so fast. The Void Guardian couldn't even keep him up. It was, the Queen of Frost went straight for him. So, and let's look at the difference here. We got a 15-star. Wow. We got another 15-star here. And then we got a 14-star here. Wow. That I would really like to have. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So, what I wanted to do after that was really some more experimentation with the just these two. So we can see some more execute, so we can see how this active performs. Alright, so the Queen of Frost, oh, he got the fear off from his active, the 2 seconds there before he was frozen. Oh, he almost assassinated Queen of Frost, but I think did he get pulled away, or for some reason he didn't. Oh, there goes. Maybe that was her being assassinated. Oh wow, that went down quick. There, he just whiffed his active completely. These guys are completely getting stunned and controlled. There's the fear from the active, and a lot of people have died, remember, so his strength is nice and boosted, even without him being, oh, he didn't do as much as the Void Guardian. Alright, let's see if we have some, ooh, there's Pam Yar. I want more of a Belzebeth, more of a kind of mid-range here. Let's just do this. How's this? We'll test his metal. So we're really relying on his active to protect him. There it goes. And here's the fear. And while they're feared, there goes his guardian ability. And then bam! Mass execution. That was super cool. I'm happy we saw that. That was cool. Man, feared like their whole team. Either way, I gave him enough energy to do his guardian ability. We'll try on Nixia now. And we'll do it up here so I get... Oh, I don't get any bonus in the front row, I don't think. But, we'll see. Okay, here we go. There's the active. Immune. There's the swipe. Look, everyone down. Here's the guardian ability. Jumps in. All those executions complete. And then right into an active to finish off the Void Guardian with an execution. That was insane. And there's the ultimate. Just complete destruction. Wow. Oh, dang. If you can't tell, I really like this champion. So let's see. Let's do a Cluedo. Now, he's got a lot of CC, and I think that's going to be my doom. But let's see if this guy can solo Cluedo's team. I don't think he will, for the record. Cluedo's really strong. Okay, but there's the active. And oh, look at all the fear. That's enough for him to use his guardian ability, maybe. He jumps in. Here he goes. He's immune. Watch this. Boom! Took out like 2 or 3 people with that. So now his strength has gone up a little bit. So if he now, oh, 3 people are down. He's going one-on-one with Queen of Frost and the new Skuldress. Oh, Skuldress gets her ult off, but it was all immune from the active. There goes the fear. Oh, he didn't get the fear off because her active allowed a freeze on him. All right, he's struggling. There's his active. He needs to get a fear off. There's the fear. One went down. Here's his... Oh. That was so good. That was so good. Man. Wow. So you can see his mechanic here. You can see what he needs and how he's going to synergize. He'll go great with Revenant Nexus. That's a really good option. In fact, let's go to that segment of the video. Let's talk about traits. Let's talk about potential team synergies. So we already talked. about a couple traits. We talked about a potential crit build. We talked about wanting to max his strength with a Dark Fury, but also maybe you just need a barrier for him to stay alive a little longer. So I have a barrier. Or you need him to be able to get his active off. So you might get an energy harness on him. So he starts the battle off with a shield. Um, you maybe want him to hold one of your team buffs like Ruthless or Hulking, Sanguine, Rapid Shot. Um, I would really like to put skeletons on him, the Crimson trait that we talked about. If I can do that, then I would put him in the back row with the Void Guardian, and that would prevent his damage taken a lot. It would really like regulate it, and then the Void Guardian would take less because remember he's also taking Male Ascavarge damage, which is pretty heavy. Always going to go with the brutal on him. I think that's kind of mandatory. So some synergies with the teams. We'll go down a little bit, make some room here. All right. So we know Revenant Nexus is awesome with him. He does well with Mel Ascavarge and Void Guardian in the current meta kind of thing. But Revenant Nexus can also remove the Volko debuff, which is annoying. So he can use his ultimate faster potentially. And another one that goes well with that and gets the whole enemy stacked up. And we saw the power of this count when the enemy's stacked up. So you got the Void Guardian there. So, and that's a lot of fear to help the Nexus Revenant use her stuff. Another potential, this guy goes off strength a lot. Female Lionstone, I would consider. Any shields or protection for him, so female Nordalsar. Farouk would be well, also giving him extra 35% damage. Or the strength percentage that he gets from being linked to him. Anybody that draws people in is going to be good. Any CC is going to be good, so the male Ganesh could potentially have a spot. This guy can heal himself. He's kind of the whole package a little bit. So, male Arbiter. You want to just kind of protect the guy. So female Ho, male Arbiter, those are good options. Female Umbra could go well with that as well. Female Selphos for the ultimate. Yeah, this guy has to kind of want to just protect him. Female Requiem could debuff the enemies really well, just to kind of keep this guy protected even more. So those are all some options. You don't really need to partner up with Mel Soul Keeper. That seems a little excessive. You don't need Sunbolt in there. Zyston would do well if you could bring everyone together. So, and then again, he's the 9th Guardian, so you could technically do 3 Guardians on each team. He's got a lot of stun and fear, so he's good with Eldrasil. He's good with Meltwater and Sun. He can tank or he can be damaged, however you want to build him. So you have all the warrior's advantages without him being an actual warrior to mess up your guardian stones. But good with Necrosa, she'll bring enemies in. So his active will go off, I think, after she brings enemies in. Ignorath has stun and disrupt that would go well with him. Um, anybody that can make the fight go longer. Male Umbra would be good. Male Akuna would be good. Female. What are these ones named again? Almat would be really good as well. The stuns, the energy reduction, just allowing this guy to get the dominant hand in a battle. is what I would aim for. Female Jinn would probably work. I really like female Requiem with them because she can really control people, control the damage output that they have. Um, yeah, I think that's what we got with this champion. You saw a ton of gameplay from me. This video is getting a little long, so I'll wrap it up here. Saw a ton of gameplay from me. We kind of talked about which abilities to get and when in what order if you're limited by skill books. We talked about group synergies with this Guardian. He's definitely great with other Guardians. There's no doubt about that. Um, just what a great champion. I'm going to get him during this event to send it up to 18 stars. After the event, I think I'm going to reset my sanctuary so I can move Guardian books around a little bit more. I really want him to have a level 18 Guardian ability. I think that is way too powerful, and I think you're going to start seeing this guy. Any of the whales, the high spenders that have access to a full line of Guardian books already, they'll be able to outfit him nicely, and I think that'll do well. But either way, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it helps you out a little bit. Oh, sorry. Let's do the last thing. I I've been doing pretty well in this. This is a really good valley, and I have the count in it too. So let's see if we can do a couple battles in here at people that are really much closer to my power level. So here's a gate right here. Let's see what Blue's got going on. Ooh, 4 of them too. So we got, yeah, I can clear all these really easily, but let's go ahead and do it so you can kind of see this setup here. I was testing the Revenant Nexus, but it's not what I wanted. So in this case, I think I was happy with this setup. Or did we like him on the outside? No, I think we wanted him more on the inside. He's got pretty nice survivability, just not at the very beginning. So we will step on over to this gate. I'll just go with whatever shrine advantage that either I have or they have. So remember, he has really good gear now too. He's got some of my best gear. Here we go. 4-person gate. There's the Ascavarge. Eldrasil uses his active. The Count had used his active. And I'm just trying to see what's going on here. Okay, oh, he just used his Guardian ability. So oh, here goes the executes. There's one. Oh, maybe just one execute in that manner. I was kind of hoping for another one, but he does use his Guardian ability pretty frequently in the match. So I think it's safe. Just get him using that Guardian ability. Alright, here's the next attack. We go in. He uses his active, but he didn't have anyone attacking him. And he didn't have a chance to fear anybody. There's a quick down. He's using his active. Nothing. Remember though, whenever he uses his active, he gets that fear, and it's champs that are immune to control, it can go through that. And that's going to help Eldrasil a whole bunch. I wonder if it even works on Luxus, on the Luxus guy, since it's immune to control. Alright, looks like we have somebody strong here in the middle. Let's see who it is. Oh wait, I'm looking at the King X Killer one here. Let's look at the main one here. I love a challenge. I love a challenge. Ooh, it's Tesseract. I even mentioned him earlier. So we'll get to the middle in just a second. I'm going to see if there's any other gates we can potentially clear, because I have a lot of activity points to use. So there's one person there. Rolovic, and I think would be an easy target for me. Let's try this one. Check it out. We have Bubba's secondary team and Brumal's third team, it looks like. That's not fun or challenging. Let's see. That's it, huh? Sorry, y'all. There's not many options. I'm kind of sad. Alright, so we'll first go to this one over here. Then we're going to go fight Tesseract, because I think that'll be really fun. So hopefully my Mel Ascavarge gets some heals. He needs some love. So runs in. That we didn't see. Oh, whoa! My Queen of Frost is already down. Got demolished. Sorry. It is over 100 million over me. But I was just kind of cocky. And it looks like the Void Guardian's about to get laid out. Yep. And as soon as that happened, Eldrasil went down. And then here we go, a 4v1 with the count. No, 3v2, but I went down hard. He took one out with him. That would have been a really good solo if he could have, cleaned up a little bit. So that's perfect note to end on. Tried to take him out, got cocky. So that weird name person, good job. Rovilek or whatever. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, throw a like. Subscribe if you like my content and you want to see the new champions and heroes that come out. I'll try to get them all out quicker like I did with this video. And then if you want to know as soon as they drop so that you can have the information you need to get the champion, throw a bell notification so you'll get those new videos as soon as they come out. So thanks again for your time, and I'll catch you in the next champion drop. Stutter there. Peace.